Hello everyone. My name is Julissa and I'm gonna to talk about Tokyo. I have been thinking to choose Japan, but then I think it will be a little bit hard for me to choose a whole country because I love this country, so it's gonna be hard to choose just part of this. So then I choose to talk about the city, the capital. Okay, the first thing that we should know about Japan is that it's an island in the east of Asia. The people there is very know because they are very educated. The currency is the yen. Um, there are many things cheap in Japan. Most in the neighborhoods because there are many stores and restaurants that it can be really cheap. For example, sushi. This of sushi it can cost around 130. That it can be around um $1 or $2. That is really cheap. About the weather, Japan has a weather really change, and it can depend of the area of the country, and it can depend of the month of the year. Okay, what should we do know about Tokyo? Tokyo is one of the biggest cities in the world. There are a lot of people, and of course, there are many things to do, as we can see. Okay, this is like a map, like a tourist guide to Japan, to Tokyo. And as you can see in the map, there are many things to visit in Japan. From the kids to the adults, there are many things to do, like parks, museums. And the best of Tokyo is that it has many stations of the train. If you can see these circles, yellow circles, that circles are the stations of the train. So, for example, I want to know this flower is when this park when you can where we can see the sakura that is like a flower that bloom in April. So we can find a maybe or for example right here we can find a station near to this park or many parts of the city. This one are the best things that have in Tokyo. Okay, for example, we can imagine that you travel with your family, then you have some kids. So you can go to Tokyo Disneyland, or I know that it's Tokyo Disney Sea, that it has like animals in the ocean and things like that. That it's over there, and or you can go a museum to Ghibli Museum that is over here. And this one is very interesting because, for example, Tokyo Disneyland, we can find many of these parks, for example, in USA, but Museum Ghibli it's inspired in a movie, and it's very interesting because the kids can walk the ways that the characters walk, and so it's gonna be pretty interesting for the kids. What else can we watch in Tokyo? Well, in Tokyo there is a neighborhood that is called Shibuya. In Shibuya, there are many stores. As you can see, there are a lot of stores, and they send a manga because Japan is like the center of the manga and animation and anime movies, like that kind of topics. So you can buy manga, you can visit the parks inspired in the manga and anime. So if you like the anime and manga, this is like your neighborhood in Tokyo. The other thing that you can do in Tokyo, it's around like 130 square kilometers from Tokyo, there is the Mount Fuji, and near to the Mount Fuji, there is a temple. You can visit the Mount Fuji and hiking and climb or walk around the Mount Fuji, or you can visit the temple too. Near to the temple, there is a visitor center that you can stay there, and there are many restaurants. So there is how many things to do there. There is like trees in the under of the mountain, so you can walk around there. In Tokyo is no, because there are many aquariums and activities to do with the wild animals. And the last thing is that in whole Japan, not just in Tokyo. Maybe Tokyo, there are a lot of more in Tokyo because it's like the capital, but they are in the whole country. There are many temples. The temples is like the part of the culture from Japan, because they believe many things about the God, and they think that if it exists a God, for example, the God of the rich, the God of the humble, the God of many things, so they do a temple, they build a temple to that God. Or for example, there are many temples inspired from the history, for example, the warriors. So they are, or they build temples inspired in that persons that dead. So they think like the spirits are in that temples. It can be a really bit scary, but the people like because they are very beautiful. So yeah, that's enough. Thank you to watch.